Hello, everybody, and welcome to Uproot Reddit. Can we all agree that being a part of a big family is tough? I mean, it's one thing for parents to raise more than 4 kids all at once, but it's another for the kids to raise themselves. Having a big family may have its ups, such as carrying on the family name through generations. But sometimes there are downs that aren't taken into consideration, such as the grocery bill, the house size, the amount of clothes shopping needed to be done, and the plethora of Christmas presents to buy for each family member. Oh, I also forgot the college part, once the kids grow up and leave the house. Yep. Parenting and being the kid stuck in the middle of a big family can be a bit cumbersome, especially for Reddit user DCHolic19. They've practically had no childhood, nor had a chance to truly hang out with friends until college life. And now, their family is about to grow big once more. In today's post, we're having a 6th kid we can't afford. So we expect you to give us your college fund. I have a feeling that this kind of big reveal is going to go down in flames. Here's how the whole conversation went. Quote, I am a female who is 19 and my parents' second child. I have 3 brothers, 21, 13, and 7, and a sister, 16. We grew up poor and our parents were often dependent on financial help from relatives, friends, etc. for raising us. This is because even though my dad has a mediocre job and my mom doesn't work, they just kept on popping out one kid after another. My parents are very religious and believe that children are a gift from God. Personally, I think that's total bull. My parents' reproductive choices wouldn't bother me if it hadn't caused mine and my siblings' lives to turn to junk. While growing up, we never had new clothes or toys. We had to accept handouts from family members who were better off. We never went out or did anything fun. To top it off, we were well aware that the rest of the family looked down on us for constantly asking for handouts. Now, my older brother and I have managed to get into good colleges and are looking forward to a future that will be better than our parents' lives. He and I were staying at our parents' place for a while due to the COVID-19 lockdown. One morning, my parents called all 5 of us into the living room. Mom said she had great news. The smile that was forming on my face died a quick death when she said, "We're pregnant." I lost my temper. I asked them how they could be so stupid and irresponsible. Do they not have enough financial troubles already that they have to bring in another mouth to feed? My older brother tried to calm me down, but I was livid. See, I told you it would go down in flames. After a lifetime of scarcity because of my parents' stupidity, they still hadn't learned their lesson. I asked them how they planned to provide for the kid. My dad told me I would have to give up the money our great uncle had left me. He had left all 5 of us some money, which only we could access when we turned 18. I said, heck no. That money would help pay for my college expenses. He called me selfish for not being there for family. I told them if they couldn't provide for the kid, they should get an abortion. My mom started crying and called me a heartless monster. Dad told me he was disgusted with me. I mean, DC Holic's college fund, which is an inheritance from their uncle, that's nothing to be joking about. And nothing to consider, hey, they are a heartless monster. That's a lot of money. And frankly, maybe getting a new job would be a better fit for you, Dad. Just saying. Anyways, we continue. I told them there was no way I was going to pay for their stupidity, and the only thing I would be willing to pay for is a termination. What I was really worried about was my siblings' lives getting even worse. My older brother and I have escaped our parents' clutches, but the others, especially my younger sister, will be expected to help take care of this baby. No teenager deserves to have their adolescence ruined by diapers and a screaming baby. I know what it's like, as I had to go through that. It was expected of me to be an unpaid nanny to my younger brothers and sisters. My older brother could go out with his friends and have fun, but I had to stay home and help give baths and feed the toddlers. I decided to get some family members involved so they could talk some sense into my parents. I called my mom's maternal cousin. She's one of my favorite people. When I told her that mom and dad were having another kid, she reacted with, "What? Again?" Yeah, again. I told her everything and how they expected me to hand over my inheritance. She said she was going to speak to my parents and told me not to sign over anything. I promised her I wouldn't. Of course I won't. I also called 2 of my first cousins, one of whom is an accountant, so she could explain to my parents how much of a financial liability this baby is going to be and try to convince them to either abort or give it up for adoption. I moved out of my parents' home a few days ago. I was only going to stay there till the lockdown was relaxed, but I just can't bear to listen to my mom's nagging about how this baby is a blessing and that I want to kill it. I've moved into a friend's basement for a minimal rent. Again, mom and dad could also work on another job or another decent paying job that pays a lot of money. So there's that. My mom's cousin paid them a visit about a week ago and tried to tell them they weren't doing this child any favors by bringing it into a life of poverty. Again, second job. My mom was very rude to my aunt and told her that a woman who chose to remain barren will never understand a mother's love. My aunt never wanted kids, nor had any, one of the reasons she's my favorite. My dad told her to get out. Aunt told me there was nothing she could do, but she did try. I didn't blame her. The cousin tried to explain the economic impact this kid would have, and my mom cried about how everyone was trying to take away her baby. What's the ever-loving what? The intervention didn't do squat. So now I've decided to cut contact with my parents. I just can't watch my family slide further and further into a heck hole. I'll be maintaining contact with my sister, the 16-year-old, just to make sure my parents can't brainwash her. My older brother is going to stay in touch with all of them, which is a good thing as he can act as a link between me and the other siblings if my parents ever forbid them from talking to me. Otherwise, I'm done with these people. And here's further commentary from DC Holly, quote, "I want to thank you all for your kind and supportive comments and for the awards as well. Having a baby is a serious decision. There's the medical expenses part, the educational expenses, the baby clothes, the extra room in the house. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into having a baby. Some want a child, some don't. Whatever the decision, it's all personal, as long as one plans out their lifestyle choices, whatever it may be. Oh, I also forgot more kids means more technological devices connected to the household's Wi-Fi. Might I suggest getting a Wi-Fi booster? Those really do help. Oh, and also make sure it's password protected, because some people love to use other people's Wi-Fi for free, like what happened to Reddit user TD Neon. They were just moving with their mom to a new home when the Joneses dropped by. In today's post, entitled Karen thinks she's entitled to my Wi-Fi. I'm pretty sure Wi-Fi doesn't work like that. No one is entitled to another's Wi-Fi, especially if you weren't the one that paid for it. Anyway, here's the story. Hello all. This is a very short story, but I need to get this off my chest, and I thought it would make for a good story. So, a few weeks ago, I moved with my mom to a new and bigger house. I don't know why she did, because I'm going to move within the next few months/years, but we all have our reasons. A Karen knocks on our door about 2 days after we move. Also, note, my mom is at the store, so she can't jump in. Hi. Hello? So, with this whole coronavirus thing, I need to work from home. Yeah, but why are you telling me about this? My son got a computer for his birthday and we need something from you. What is it? I don't have any gift cards or cash or whatever. No, we need your internet. Huh? You heard me. I need your Wi-Fi. Don't you have your own? We haven't even set up our cable and you're asking for Wi-Fi? Yes. Are you going to give me the password? No, why do you need it anyways? So my kids, she never mentioned she had more than one child, can play on their Game Boys and I can work without buffering. No. Put your kids on your own internet. Have a good day. I proceed to slam the door. Gee, what a great way to greet the new neighbors. But first off, the Wi-Fi range between two houses may not be as strong as you think. Second, going up to a new neighbor and blatantly asking for their Wi-Fi password is just both rude and inconsiderate. What happened to Mr. Rogers' slogan, "It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, won't you be my neighbor?" I mean, sure, as long as you're not asking for my Wi-Fi password. That's almost like trespassing into personal property. Plus, you also have to watch out for hackers, even if those hackers are your kids on Game Boys. So I guess we now have to protect our Wi-Fi passwords even more so from stingy neighbors. But that's all the time we have for today. We'll be back for more awkward conversations posts right here on Uproot Reddit. And we'll see you all next time.